Hello, I'm Matthew and we're here. In this video, I'll be reviewing Hawkeye Season 1, Episode 1, currently on Disney+. The episode starts out with the Battle of New York in 2012 from what we saw in the first Avengers movie. We see the Chitauri aiming toward Kate Bishop and Clint saves her from it, and her mother rushes Kate and herself out of the building. As we learn later, her father does not make it as we see his funeral later in this episode. Kate's father's name is Derek Bishop. Eleanor is Kate Bishop's mother's name, and she asks her daughter what would she like to have most. Kate's answer is a bow and arrow. Even at that young age, this shows how tough Kate is. Yes, she comes from a privileged background since her family is rich, but you cannot teach toughness. This girl has it, and you see it there. We jump to the current time of the story, and we see Rogers the Musical, which is based off the Battle of New York that took place in 2012. Clint Barton's daughter, Lila, asks him, "Are you not liking this?" And he tells her, "Remember, I was there." Lila asks her father, Clint, "Is your hearing aid not working?" This tells me that he has suffered hearing loss in the battles that he has fought, especially with all the explosions that he had to hear, and it caused damage to his eardrum. Clint sees Natasha, and he is showing signs of PTSD. Lila, his daughter, picks up on it and says, "I know you miss her." His son asks him, "Why are they doing a musical of this?" Clint says, "This is New York and Broadway at Christmas. What do you expect it to be?" Clint gets a call from his wife, and he feels guilty for not coming, and she tells him not to worry about it because you need to make up for lost time you didn't get with the kids. Clint and the kids are at a Chinese restaurant, and they look like they're having a good time. Kate Bishop is showing off her archery skills, wearing a purple costume with her best friends, and I say they're at college, which takes place before Rogers the Musical. She's claiming she can hit the bell. You know what I'm talking about, the bell we saw in the trailer. She misses it at first, but then she hits it later and it collapses like it did in the trailer. She gets caught by a guard and she must pay for the damage that she caused, or in other words, her mother does. Her mother cancels her credit cards for destroying the bell and the clock. Her mother asks her to come with her to an event and tells her to wear the red dress. We see later Eleanor Bishop, Kate Bishop's mother, is engaged to a man who's slimy to say the least. He goes down to a secret room where the event is being held, where they're having a black market auction. We know this because Kate Bishop follows him down to the area and pretends to be the help serving the drinks. She listens in on the auction and listens very closely till we get to the Ronan the Assassin outfit that Clint Barton wore in Avengers Endgame. They show the sword he used as well. As we can see, it can retract itself like a lightsaber in Star Wars. The reason I think of a lightsaber is the blade is not out all the time. It only comes out when you need to use it. The same is true of the Ronin Assassin's sword. To me, it is quite clever if you don't use a sheath to put it in. We see later Kate Bishop stealing the Ronin Assassin's suit and putting the suit on like Clint did because there was an attack by a bunch of criminals in mass, and they're after some watch. Kate fights the man, and even though she's outnumbered, she does an exceptionally good job of holding her own against them. She later saves the dog we see in the comics, and she takes the dog back to her apartment she stays at when she is home. She goes to the apartment and finds someone murdered and has been stabbed by a sword, not a knife. I like the fact we do not know who the murderer is. She gets on the street, and she's outnumbered to say the least. Clint sees her Inspector News, and the news media wonders if the masked vigilante is back terrorizing the criminal underworld. Clint has to leave his family, knowing he cannot have some copycat running around as running the assassin. Clint later takes on all the criminals, even being outnumbered, and stops them in their tracks. This to me shows how good a fighter he is. Everyone said he's only a great archer. What else does he have to offer? He has to offer like Oliver Queen the Green Arrow. Oliver was not only a great archer, but he knew how to fight as well. Clint shows that ability here when he takes on several criminals, basically takes them down without a sweat. Clint later encounters Kate Bishop dressed as Ronan the Assassin and takes the mask off. She says, "You're Hawkeye," like in the trailer. Clint says, "Who the hell are you?" I give this episode a 10 out of 10 that it had the feel in the comments of Hawkeye, and you see how good a fighter Clint is. I liked how Marvel showed how tough Kate Bishop is, even at such a young age, and she's even that at the current time the story takes place. I like the that it flashed back to the battle in New York in 2012 and showed us seeing Kate being rescued by Hawkeye in the beginning of this series. It shows us why, from that point on, why she wanted to be like him and take up archery like he did, as well as the fact that she herself is a good fighter. Most people at that age, if something tragic happened, would have let it define their life, but instead, like Silver, she let it refine her. What I mean by this is it toughened her up and made her tougher. We can all learn from Kate Bishop and figure out how to adjust when we must. I believe God asked that of us. We can either let events define us, or we can be like Silver and let it refine us. I also like that Marvel in this episode left the murder open to the victim we saw Kate found dead on his floor, and that he was killed by a sword. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share my channel. Please hit the notification bell to be notified of any future videos that come on the channel. Please let me know what books, movies, and TV shows you would like me to review next in the comment section below. Please share this video with your friends and family so my channel can grow. Thank you and have a wonderful day.